Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Beige. If you are new here, welcome. So today's video, we will be working with this wig. This is a wig that I made out of bundles and a frontal that were sent to me from sunburhair.com. I'll have all of their information down below in the description box, as well as promo codes for you guys if you are interested in purchasing this hair. I was sent 4 18-inch bundles of Brazilian straight, as well as the matching 13x4 lace frontal. So we're going for an asymmetric, deep asymmetric A-line haircut, and the first thing that you will have to do is decide where you want your parting space to be. For this particular wig, I am going to go with a middle part, but you can also do a side part. I am going to start by cutting this into a really deep A-line haircut. As you can see, it's longer in the front and shorter in the back, and that's the reason why I got 18 inches for the length. So the paint that we will be using today is by Ojai. It is their Black Light Lightener in Extra Blonde. This is a high performance lightener that lifts up to 9 levels. This lightener is formulated with positively charged compounds that form an iconic bond during the lightening process. The bond protects and smooths the hair cuticles. Because we are lifting this hair to a very high level, we are going to have a very strong money piece in the top, and we are going for a very high contrast dimensional hairstyle. We want to make sure that we have as less damage to the hair as possible. So we are going to use these professional grade products just to make sure that the hair is protected and that bonds are formed on the hair follicles, just to make sure that they do not shed excessively and that it does not become over processed. We will be using Ojai's Blacklight Smart Developer. I have it in 20 volume. This developer has a gradual bond protection technology that strengthens the hair bonds and protects hair follicles during the chemical treatments. We will also be using this hair coloring film, and it's going to create a barrier between our sections. We'll be using a mixing bowl, a whisk, a balayage hair painting brush, a measuring cup. When I'm working with sections or doing balayage or ombre hairstyles and I am parting the hair, it is important to have something to wipe your hands off. So when you're going from section to section, you are not putting extra products on hair that doesn't need any products on it. So we will be also grabbing our bleach-free hand towels as well, just to make sure that we're wiping our hands off between each section. We will also be grabbing our balayage board by Pravana. And because we will be working with shorter hair in the back and dealing with sections, we will also be needing some hair clips. Okay, so we're going to grab our measuring cup and start off by adding our lightener and developer at a 1-to-1 ratio. So I'm going to basically pour in 6 ounces of the lightener. And then I am going to add 6 ounces of the developer to the mixture and mix it with my whisk. So we're looking for a thicker texture, and this is going to create accurate and precise freehand painting without bleeding or transfer. So it should look like this when you're done. All right, so after sectioning off the hair, I am going to grab some of that bleach mixture, put it in the reservoir of my balayage palette, and I'm going to begin painting different sections of the hair. I am going in a bricklaying method. So with the bricklaying method, if you notice a brick house, none of the bricks are on top of each other. You'll have a brick on the left and the right, and then on the next row, the brick will be in the middle of the left and the right. So we're going to basically do that by doing every other section. And we're going to skip some rows as well. You'll see what I'm doing here. But I did decide after I did all of this work that I did not want to do a balayage hairstyle anymore, that I was going more for an ombre type of hairstyle. So it is kind of balayage and it's kind of ombre. It's a mixture of the two. So we're just going to continue doing that, and I'll explain to you as we go along the method that I used. So this area here, we are skipping over some sections and we're applying that mixture to certain parts of this section in the bricklaying method still. And we're going to get our color track color film, and we're going to make sure that we are sectioning off those sections so that it is not bleeding and transferring onto the other hair strands. So when you're going for a balayage or an ombre hairstyle, it's important to know ahead of time where you are going to be placing the product. So you have to know if you want to do thick and wide sections, do you want to do skinny and thin sections, do you want to do skinny and wide sections. You have to think about all of this. You have to think about whether or not you're going to be only surface painting by painting the top of each section and not underneath it. You have to think about the hairstyle that the client is going for, or the hairstyle that you are trying to achieve. You have to think about whether or not you will be toning or doing baby lights to this hair. You have to think about all of that ahead of time. So I like to kind of think of a plan before I start painting a head of hair, or just try to map it out so that I'm not confused or painting sections that don't need to be painted. Just keep that in mind if you are working with doing a balayage hairstyle or ombre. Okay, so now that we are at the frontal portion of this wig, I do have a middle part on this wig, and I did section off the sections surrounding the middle part on the left and the right. I am going to do 4 large and wide sections. I'm going to grab each section and continue hair painting like I was doing the back of the head. I want to be very mindful where the money piece is, because this hairstyle does have a strong focus on the money piece. The money piece is basically the 2 fringes that frame your face in the front. My money piece, I want to be brighter than the rest of the hair. I want the money piece to be the main focus of this hairstyle. So when it comes to a money piece in the front, a lot of stylists like to do a half moon shape in the front. I'm so used to doing this, so I don't even need a comb or anything to do it. But if you want to be precise, you can use the bottom of a rat tail comb and carve out a half moon shape, and it will give you the perfect fringe in the front. So having a balayage board is important because you are taking the excess mixture of bleach off of your brush as you are working in these sections, and that does help you, because if you apply a lot of bleach and heavy concentrations on the hair strands or on the section that you're working on, you will not get that much of a blend, a seamless blend. So it's important to use as less product as you can on the sections, and make sure that you start at the middle of the section, and whatever you have left on your brush, then you would then go and paint the top of the section. But if you use too much product at the top, you're going to have a harder time blending it out. There are ways and methods for you to blend out, and I do have a full how-to tutorial video on how to do balayage and the products that I recommend and the methods that I use. So make sure you check that video out. It's already posted on my channel. Okay, so we're going to allow this hair to process for about 45 minutes, and then we're going to shampoo it out with our blue shampoo by Oligo. Okay, so this is how the hair is looking after my first session of balayaging it. With balayaging, it is a gradual process, so you do have to process the hair more than one time to create highs and lows and dimensions within the wig. So I do have the option at this point to balayage it again. And if I put that same bleach mixture that I did previously, then certain parts of the wig will become brighter and other parts will continue to be this color. So it'll create dimension. I did decide that I wanted to go in with a stronger developer and make this hair ombre. So the important thing to focus on with this hairstyle is the money piece. So I want to make sure that I am applying that new bleach mixture with the 40 volume developer on the money piece first, because I want the money piece to process the longest out of the rest of the hair, and that will create the brightest blonde or the highest level of blonde, which is the main focus of this hairstyle. So we're going to make sure that we are painting the money piece first so that it processes the longest, and then we're going to continue to ombre the rest of this wig. Because this bleach mixture has 40 volume developer in it, I want to make sure that I am not over processing the hair. So because I have already previously lightened this hair, I'm going to make sure that I'm only leaving this bleach mixture on for about 10 to 15 minutes maximum. Okay, so we're going to go in with our demi-permanent hair color or toner. I'll be using Redken Shades EQ Gloss. I have it in 09B Sterling, and I'm also grabbing the processing solution as well. I'll be mixing the Shades EQ Gloss as well as the processing solution at a 1-to-1 ratio. Sectioning off that money piece, I want to make sure that I am applying this toner to the money piece, and that's going to create a different hair color. So the money piece is going to stand out more than the hair that surrounds it. When I finished applying it to the money piece, I did decide that I wanted to go ahead and add some dimension to the back of this wig as well. So I am going to apply some of the toner to the underparts and some of the over parts of the wig. So here we are. This is the final look. You can then go ahead and add hair color on top of this. but I do like the fact that there is dimension within this wig, and it is like a really nice blend. So I'm just going to grab my curling iron and continue to do these beach waves by doing some going towards the left and some going towards the right, basically opposite direction curls, and that's going to create like this loose beachy effect of the hair. I also wanted to mention that you can add baby lights to the hair, and that will give it more of a gradual blend, but because this is a high contrast ombre look, it is high contrast, so it goes from like dark, and then it has like a little bit of that brown color from the 20 volume developer, and then it gets brighter at the bottom. So I chose not to do baby lights, but it is also an option. Okay, so now that we're done with these beach waves, I'm going to grab my Ojai hair texturizing spray, and I'm also going to grab my Sebastian Shaper spray, and we're going to finish off this hairstyle. And finally, I'm going to cut the lace off of this wig and then try her on using Got2b Ultra Glue Gel. And that is the final look. Thank you so much for watching. I'll have all of the information down below in the description box, so check that box out. If you have any questions, please leave them down below in the comment section and let me know what you think about this process. Did you learn something new? Will you be trying something like this? How do you feel about the strong money piece in the front? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thumbs up this video if you learned something new, or if you just want more hairstyling tutorials, let me know your suggestions down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as turn on that post notification bell, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys. Angel be calling,